Kris says that the birds do this every day at sunset. The Mina birds roost together in a large flock at night to protect themselves from predators. Our friends Kris and Doug invited us to join them at their timeshare at the Koalina Resort. One day we drove out to Haleiwa, we had lunch at the food truck, and then we headed out for paddleboarding. Look how beautiful it is, oh my gosh. You guys are a little crazy. Blair and Doug have known each other since childhood, and when they get together, they have a lot of fun. It's almost like they're kids again. No, don't. Okay, move it along, buddy, move it along. I don't want to go in this murky water. Hello, come up, yay! Oh, please don't bump me. Please dive. He's right there, I see him. Come on, pop up, little guy, big guy, whatever you are. There you go, come on, come up. He went deeper. Doug's got a flag on his pole now. Look at that turn.
I just don't want you to fall.
He knows how to maneuver that thing really well.
I can tell.
Will he fit under the bridge? Just fits under the bridge. I think you can stand up. You fit fine under the bridge. You didn't have to.
Alright, hi, baby.
Hi, honey. Oh. How will he do his dismount? Does everybody want ice cream down there? You want ice cream?
Yeah.
Wow.
They were high on the ground.
It's a pretty rooster.
Yeah, and then see chickens there?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at you guys. You're beautiful.
There are the coffee beans. The coffee fruit, also known as coffee cherries, is ripe when it's red. A few days later, we visited the 21-degree cacao farm.
That's interesting how you hear them clattering and
Oh, yeah.
kicking.
Yeah.
question about our name, 21 degrees. Does anyone already know the reason or have a good guess? Yes, sir.
Latitude?
You got it. That's right. Usually people say it's either temperature or location. And in this case, indeed, it refers to our location here on Oahu Island, which is 21 degrees north latitude. That's significant for us as cacao growers because cacao only grows 20 degrees north or south of the equator. More or less, it's the world's tropical growing zone, which makes sense, right? Because it is a rainforest tree. It also means Hawaii is the only U.S. state where cacao can really commercially be grown. So,
we came here 10 years ago, as we talked about. It was not a cacao farm, it was a jungle farm, literally. And we had this whole idea of what we're going to do here. And I said, well, and let's have bees. And I had 3 thoughts. And the first is, if you have a farm, you should have your own pollinators. Second thought is, we'll be doing kind of the educational piece. So it'll be fun to have the bees, and it's one more thing we can talk about. And then the third, and we'll have our own honey. Mm-hmm. Our own honey from our own farm. That sounded like kind of a cool idea. Mm-hmm. And then the third really deliberate thought is this whole Malama Ka'aina, this caring for the land. Bees in Hawaii are exclusive to the rest of the world in that no bee is permitted to be brought to Hawaii. Mm-hmm. So whatever we have, we should really strive to be good stewards of. And that was really my third deliberate thought about having bees. And what I did not know is there is a lot of learning to be a beekeeper. Didn't realize that they're facing east. East is over here. The sun rises in the east. Lights up the front of the beehives, really wake up call for the bees to come out the front door as soon as they exit. Reset the GPS in their head that tells them exactly where their day began. From here, have the ability to fly up to 2 miles, collecting food and water. Returning back to the exact same hive, and when they return, bees will talk to each other. Dancing to communicating 3 things. Number 1, this is what I found. Number 2, this is where I found it. Number 3, this is the whole dancing piece. These are the directions that you need to fly to go find it yourself, all communicated by dancing. I'm thinking I have probably about 120,000 bees over. And did you realize the beehive in Hawaii has the ability to make more honey than anywhere else in the rest of the country? We have the climate and the weather and the flowers year-round, and now the ability for bees to be making honey year-round, depending on the weather. The Aina is the Hawaiian word for a land, but in particular it's the Hawaiian word for fertile lands. And the Aina of Kahalu is really, truly magical in that it really supports this incredible growth of every single day. Cacao is a rainforest tree, living in the rainforest and basically growing itself. 8 months of growing. And think about this. It looks like this every day of the year, with all of these trees covered in buds and flowers and tiny pods and growing pods and ripe pods every day of the year. Come back on Sunday to harvest. We're going to take every single red one with us. I think we're going to have a pretty big harvest on Sunday.
And then it was red to orange?
Coda, the official breeder.
Hi, Coda. You're such a sweet. Hi, Coda.
At the right moments. I can't get it days before. We're gonna crack 2 of them today, and we'll have a little. You can have a taste test. You can see if there's a difference. But
Chicken.
oh, like chicken, little chicken McNugget kind of before the deep frying. Yes, just like this. It's the post-harvest of turning seed into cocoa bean. Any guesses? It's 2 steps, 2 critically important steps.
Dry it?
Drying is step 2. Step is fermenting. Ferment.
So outside is just like a nice fruit.
Give it a try. I don't think you will. But
It's a little bit bitter at the end there.
it really just has 2 ingredients. A dark chocolate really should just contain cacao, first ingredient, right? And then something to sweeten it. That's about it. We use organic cane sugar, but it could be honey or something else.
Little kibbles here. Do you eat little kibbles? I'll get you a little kibble too. Okay, it's the little one's turn, okay? You guys are so cute. You're just the cutest.
Okay, so these are koas. And this is what they used to harvest for building the big canoes. So the double-hulled monster canoes, they used to harvest these, and they grow mainly in the highlands. And they used to chop them down in the highlands, and supposedly they used to like shoot them down the slopes, and people would like ride on them down the slopes.
Yeah,
And
you mean like slopes like we're
a
seeing
sled
right up there?
Yeah,
That kind of a
they had
steep
yeah
slope?
they would get them to the ocean by sliding them down the hillsides.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. And so how old did he say this tree was? It's about 40 feet.
I think
He planted all of these
About
5 years ago.
Yeah, only 5 years.
Yeah.
This one's
Wow.
pretty tall.
This
Yeah.
one really took off.
But it makes beautiful furniture, beautiful musical instruments. They make guitars out of these things and furniture, and the wood is just
Ukuleles,
super
probably?
fine grained and really intricate. They
Wow.
have dark and light wood.
It's probably a really hard wood then if it's...
It is a pretty hard wood, yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
But it must float.
They have some impressive monkey paw trees. I
Yeah.
didn't realize the bark was that white. The
Yeah,
trunks.
that's a really beautiful wood.
That is really beautiful. Aloha from Kaena Point State Park and Albatros Sanctuary. We're about to do, it'll be about close to a 6-mile hike. And don't know if it's the time of year to see albatross, but we're gonna enjoy some beautiful ocean views and this beautiful park. And look at this great mountain range here too.
All right, we are on Oahu having an amazing time with Doug and Kris. They're hosting us at beautiful Ko'olina.
Yep, very good.
Yeah, and we're gonna go on a nice hike.
It's on the other side of that, right?
20 miles north.
Yeah.
So what's the name of it?
resort, Ko'olina
Uh-huh.
Resort, is around that corner, and then there's another little mountain peak, and past that, past the tower of the electric tower.
And
over
that's
there.
where we're staying.
That's where we're staying.
That's our home base. The natural area reserves were established in Hawaii in 1970. There are 21 reserves on 5 islands. Kaena Point was added in 1983. It is the last intact dune ecosystem in Hawaii. Here comes a big one. Doug has let the predators in.
We are in. Oh, the predator will keep the mongoose out.
Okay.
And how much? Oh, pigs, wild
Pigs,
pigs.
okay.
Yeah, wild pigs.
So they do, wow, that was a big one. We just missed it. It was huge. Look at the mist. This predator fence was built in 2011 and it encloses 49 acres, keeping out predators to keep the birds safe while they're nesting. This entire area is a sanctuary for albatross. They usually nest until winter and their eggs hatch in the winter. Right over here, there's one flying. It's wild out there. Look at that. They're coming from both directions because it's at the point. This is all rocks made from coral. Beautiful.
You can, when you go out to it, you can, that beach on the inland side, you can park your kayaker or whatever floaty there, and then you can hike up to the top.
Oh wow.
And it's a little tricky, but it's a fun view from the top.
And is it that steep on all sides?
It's easier on this side than the other side's pretty sheer. So this cliff here, the chiefs used to have their servants, chosen special person, hide their remains and cast them and die.
Doug was saying that it was often an honor to be chosen to hide the chief's remains on these high cliffs, but it came with danger and they often didn't survive, but their families were taken care of. We continued around the island, stopping to enjoy some of the many beaches.
Here's the beginning of the adorable town of Haleiwa, and we're going into this surf shop. I'm hoping to score some sort of nice tech tea for running, and maybe something for my son Wesley and also his girlfriend Andrea.
From the balcony of our room, we can enjoy the luau.
you're holding is the great yourself a merry little Christmas now, and have yourself a merry little Christmas.